things pop culture, reality TV, along with some spicy, not safe for work topics. So, what are your thoughts on the couple so far?
Oh my gosh. I have to say, I'm liking this season. I'm liking the matches. But, I mean, you guys have signed up for this show. You need to be getting down on the first night.
I mean, I know we got married, but it's like...
He's still very much a stranger.
Yeah. He's very much a stranger, so it's like, what if we rush into it and it makes it awkward? I kind of just wanted to, like, I don't know, ease into it a
Don't
little
bother.
More.
Get going.
Well, Gina, you made a comment about Clint's hair color on tonight's episode, and he didn't seem too thrilled about it. So tonight's signature cocktail is called the Ginger Snap. And as you know, mine is a mocktail, because you know. This drink contains 1 tablespoon ginger snap simple syrup, 1 tablespoon molasses, 2 ounces of vodka, topped with club soda. So cheers, everyone.
Oh, cheers.
I will live vicariously through you. Cheers.
Oh my gosh, to Clint and that poor hair comment.
All right, well, let's just dive into these honeymoons. Shaquille, you and Kirsten already handled the first curveball that life has thrown at your marriage. Take a look at this clip.
Last week was a lot, with school.
I know education is important, so I was happy to be there, even though I wasn't initially.
It made me feel better that you were there, honestly. I felt like sense of confidence, like just knowing someone is along the journey with you now, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I gotta finish the race. It really made me feel good.
Good. That's what I'm here for.
Aww.
Sweet.
That was a sweet moment.
I'm wondering, what was she like at the conference?
Did you say this is my wife? Like,
Yeah,
you were like, where did you say that?
I did. So we had to take our cohort photo and everything, and then they were like, you got on a ring. And I was like, oh.
Because that happened fast.
Like, my core group knew.
But everyone else was
Everybody
like,
else was
wait a minute,
you
when
got
you
on
get
the ring.
married?
It's like, yeah, this is my wife. Because they was like, wait, what? When?
You
where?
were dating
How?
That's so funny. So, Gina, you and Clint, how was your journey to Jamaica on the honeymoon?
I think it was just all odds were against us the first few days. So we get to the airport and our flight was, I think one flight was delayed, which was going to make us miss our next flight.
Okay.
Somehow, like by the grace of God, we made it. And because of all of that, something happened with the bags and they ended up not making it to Jamaica. So our bags didn't come until like 3 days later.
Okay. 3?
Yeah, I
That's why you
lived
had
in
the Jamaica.
Yeah.
Y'all had a lot of Jamaica gear.
We
Now
were
it makes
sporting
sense.
the Jamaica gear because we had nothing else to wear.
Shaq, do you feel like missing part of the honeymoon in any ways impacting your marriage?
I think it did take away from it. I think we had to make up for lost time.
Okay.
So when we got there, we was like, throw the bags in the room, let's go. We missed the day, but we kind of made up for it the whole time.
Okay. Well, Shaq, even though you and Kirsten were late to the party, it didn't stop you from enjoying your honeymoon. Take a look at this clip.
You're definitely growing on me.
Growing?
I know.
What?
Most women say this about their husbands, so
What? You wasn't attracted to me at first?
at first I wasn't really attracted to your bald head. But once I, continue to spend time with you, I definitely feel a little bit more attracted to you.
I don't know about you, but I'm starting to see a little bit of
Yeah.
chemistry here.
Me too. I feel like she kind of wants you to kiss her. She's right.
That was your moment to give her a kiss on the forehead.
Aren't women so confusing? I think so. Isn't she so? She's giving the most mixed
She
signals.
actually wanted to make out right
She
there.
wanted you to make out with her. That's what she was saying.
You want to
We're
make out
we're
right
messing
now.
with you. You Shaq's like, get it.
no.
How did I get out here with all this shit into that?
She wanted to make out right then.
It's a thing with Kirsten to where it's like, you tell me you're not attracted to me, and then you tell me you don't want to touch me right now. Like behind the scenes, like you don't want to touch me.
Okay.
But then it's like when we get in front of the camera, it's like
Something different.
I want you to kiss me, and I'm like, what? And
Which
that's why I
one
always
is
look
it?
confused. Like, what are we talking about right now?
I mean, do you feel like you're holding back?
I do. But
and-
I'm such a gentleman to where I'm like waiting for her. But as a man, it's like I should take the next step. Like I should be the leader and take the next step.
So let's go back to that because I wanted to know, how are you feeling knowing that your wife isn't initially attracted to you, especially because you were clearly attracted to her?
It really didn't affect my self-esteem. Like I know who I am. Like this is who I am. I can't I'm not going to get a toupee just to get for you to be attracted to me or whatever. But
listen, they have some man weaves out right now.
Extensions.
I'm not saying you should do it.
Gina gonna do it. Gina gonna do it.
Listen, Gina, let me tell you, I've seen
I've seen them.
I've seen
God.
some.
I like your bald
There are a lot of people catfishing folks out here. But okay, it is time for a break. But Gina will be talking more about you and Clint when we return. And man, do we have a lot to unpack. We'll be right back.
Skin feeling dry? Swipe it away. New all-in-one Garnier Micellar Water with hyaluronic acid. Micelles work like a magnet to cleanse, remove makeup, and replump with hydration. New Micellar Cleansing Water with hyaluronic acid by Garnier, naturally.
Wendy's fries are always hot and crispy.
Friday!
So Toby says every day is now
Friday. Tuesday.
Friday.
Wednesday.
Friday.
Friday.
I always remember that
That's
one.
because that's the easy one.
Try Wendy's hot and crispy fries, preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's.
We made a promise to our boy Blue that we would make the healthiest foods possible with the finest natural ingredients and real meat first. And that's our promise to you and your dog or cat. Because when you love them like family, you want to feed them like family.
Tattoo Studio Gel Pencil Liner from Maple in New York. Show up bold wherever you go. Smudge resistant. Waterproof. Up to 36-hour wear. Tattoo Studio Gel Pencil. Maple in New York.
Blowing up my life seemed like so much more fun than the misery it actually was.
What's that in my cup? Got that pouch.
Brandon thinks I'm all about money and I don't have any real love in my life. Crazy.
Boss chick? Oh, you need a boss chick?
This is my season, boo.
I'm going on my first lady LGBTQ plus date.
Don't call it that.
Hey, boss chick? Oh, you need a boss chick?
Struggling with the highs and...
Discover why One Chicago is TV's #1 rated night of dramas.
When this community calls, we respond.
There are people who stand steady, who hold on to hope, and we continue to fight for the good of the city.
Whatever it takes, every single day.
One city.
One family.
One Chicago.
Stronger.
Together. Chicago Wednesday. All episodes streaming on Peacock.
The best thing about Church's three-piece classic is everything. Every crunch, every flake, every dunk, every break, every time, any place. It's the meal they can't miss. Get three-piece legs and thighs plus a honey butter biscuit starting at $4.49. Church's Texas Chicken. Welcome to the great state of flavor.
It's more than a mood. It's a mindset. It's more than a moment. It's a movement. It's more than a chapter. It's the whole story. Black History Month. It's more than just a month. Make it last a lifetime.
His name is... Oh, God.
You won't forget it's an all-new season of Married at First Sight. With a shocking twist.
That is the cheapest low blow you could do.
Don't miss an all-new Married at First Sight. Premiering next Wednesday at 8. Only on Lifetime.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the after party. Regina and Shaquille have been giving Sarah and I the lowdown on tonight's episode of Married at First Sight. All right, Gina, during your honeymoon, you and Clint quite literally hit a bump in the road while heading on an excursion. Let's watch that back.
So, we're well into our journey, about an hour and a half. We've asked for directions 4 or 5 times now.
We have seen a lot of bars along the way, so we might just pit stop there. We saw a billiard, play a little pool.
Yep.
Maybe do some goat yoga. Lots of things going on. Oh, man.
What an experience. Well, it's always an adventure, isn't it?
Yeah. Gina, you and Clint clearly went through several hurdles to make it to the waterfall. So can you please tell me what exactly happened?
We had to wake up and go shopping in the gift shop for clothing. And then we had a tour guide that was driving the bus. Well, we were told, I think, like round trip, it was supposed to be maybe like an hour there, like 45 minutes there, 45 back. It ended up being like 3 there.
Driving in Jamaica is a whole nother experience.
Yeah, we're like on switchback, so we could feel the wheels like hitting the side of mountains. Like one wrong turn, and this is like going tumbling down a cliff.
Yes.
I didn't even know there were cliffs in Jamaica.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
here we are.
So was this a bonding moment for you and Clint?
It was definitely a bonding moment. I think what I'm like realizing the most is that we work well under pressure.
Okay.
And so we're able to like make the most of an experience. Like it could have easily ruined our vacation that we don't have luggage, we're getting lost, like all these things are coming up, the flights are delayed, and we're just like, okay, like want to go hike a waterfall? Like it was just, we're both very easygoing, and so I think he also was surprised at how like cool, calm, and collected I was, because he made several comments on like, I really thought you'd freak out by now.
Do you feel like he had any preconceived notions about you being high maintenance?
Oh,
or
for sure, yeah. Yeah, I think he definitely thought I was a little high maintenance, or a little more high maintenance than what I am, for sure.
You do look like you're high maintenance, and you really are not. I mean, Keisha, she came in today, I was curling my hair, and then she ended up curling my hair. She's like, do you want me to do that? And then she does my hair.
It looks pretty.
She did it. You are so low maintenance in real life, and I love your chemistry in that moment. I felt like you guys really actually had some chemistry on that.
Yeah, we have a really good time, for
detoured bar trip. And do people say, I mean, he's sort of like a little, he gives me Bradley Cooper in A Star is Born vibes, right?
He gets that a lot, yeah.
Yeah, he does. I like it. He looks cute.
Okay. I love it. I love it. Do you think Kirsten would have handled this situation this well?
She would have been mad.
Okay.
She would have been pissed. And I would have just been mad right there with her.
Shaq, you had some adventure in tonight's episode too, when you and Kirsten rode ATVs.
He's driving very cautiously right now. I have a need for speed, so pushing the throttle down as far as he can go. And Shaquille's so far behind me.
I was wondering, because of like the traumatic accident that you had as a child, does that play a part when you do those kind of things?
I think I'm very cautious.
Okay.
Even like driving a car, I'm always very cautious. Like, it's a thing to where I keep scissors in my car to where the seatbelt, if I ever get trapped in the car, I can cut myself out the seatbelt. Like, my conscience is always something weird.
No, it's such a trauma response. Like, I felt for you, and
it's like, I don't want to flip off.
I know you've been there. It was an interesting challenge that they put you through, and I'm wondering, like, did you feel bonded? Because you begin to loosen up, and then you sort of like get on the throttle a little bit. We're like going places. Like,
I'm always up for a challenge though. So even like riding up the mountain on the ATVs, I was more so looking at the beauty aspect of it, and just to take a breath of fresh air once we got to the top, and just looking down and having those like vulnerable moments with each other. It was like, okay, cool.
So is this a bonding moment?
It's definitely a bonding moment. We're talking about the future and children and education.
How many kids?
Yeah, we're talking about
how many kids y'all want?
I said 3. She said 2.
Okay.
So 2 to 3 is perfectly fine with me.
Okay. ATV riding brought out the competitive side, I feel like, of Kirsten. Do you feel that she was, sensitive enough in that moment? Or was
she didn't give off no sensitivity. No. She was like, where you at, bro? She was like, you need to catch up. I was like, whoa, like, chill, like, I'm coming.
All right, it's time for another break, but fill up those drinks because you're going to need them for what's coming up next. We'll be right back.
Friday night movie night.
I've been seeing her almost every day this week.
Inspired by true events.
You've been lying to me our entire marriage.
We need to cut this out before it gets dangerous.
Are you threatening me?
Secrets in the Marriage. Part of Friday night movie night. Premieres Friday at 8. Only on Lifetime.
Up next, Deli Witch from Hot Pockets. Ham and cheese on delicious bread, a must pack for every parent. We now go to Matt, currently stuffing his face.
Deli Witch from
Hot Pockets.
Awesomely portable.
He can drink from my saucer anytime.
Where did he learn to slide like that?
I know where.
How does Popeye's chicken sandwich get so crunchy, juicy, and tasty? We make everything with love. Make your taste buds dance for $4.99.
Love that chicken from Popeyes. Tattoo Studio Gel Pencil Liner from Maple in New York. Show up bold, wherever you go. Smudge resistant. Waterproof. Up to 36-hour wear. Tattoo Studio Gel Pencil, Maple in New York. You are uniquely you, and your Starbucks coffee should be too. So if you like your coffee deliciously smooth, flavorful, and on the lighter side, then Starbucks Veranda Blend is made to be yours.
Book now at dreamsresorts.com with savings of up to 40%.
Why do dermatologists worldwide recommend La Roche-Posay? Effective skincare like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer delivers double action to help repair skin's barrier and provide 48-hour hydration for healthy-looking skin. La Roche-Posay.
With custom-designed kitchens at unbelievably low prices, Cabinets to Go lets you make the most out of your home. And wow, what you can do with the savings. What you do with your extra dough is up to you.
Wait, your lunches! Bye! Love you! So you're taking the jet to work today?
You betcha.
Cabinets to Go. Wow for less.
Brought to you by Cabinets to Go. Wow for less.
Hey, Mavs family, welcome back to the after party. Tonight I've been hanging out with Gina Shaquille and podcast extraordinaire, Sarah Frazier. Okay, Gina, well, getting to the waterfall wasn't the only hurdle for you and Clint on tonight's episode. Let's keep watching.
I'm in this for the long haul. I think the one thing, it's interesting, the one thing that I was like, I don't really vibe with redheads or like gingery features. And not to say you're unattractive, it's just, that's what you are. And so I was like, okay, he's a gingery, like not my typical, just like
Turd. I never heard Clint be this quiet.
So I have a question. Like, I know what a ginger is. What are gingery features?
Just like reddish features.
Freckly
like
skin.
freckly skin, lighter tones. Like, I've always just like darker features. So like darker eyes, darker hair, darker skin, like those types of things.
Okay. So how was it watching that?
For us, we've just been so like honest that I think it was the time where we were realizing like, oh, maybe we need to like bring it back.
Right.
Like step
Maybe
back.
we're being a
notch,
little
'cause you
too
don't-
honest.
Yeah, we're both like being a little too honest, and I think we're realizing like, let's just bring it back a hair and maybe not like divulge everything that we would want to say.
Clint, definitely, you could tell it was like boom, 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 like bruises to the ego, like pow, pow.
Because in the conversation when we had it, like I didn't feel that, so it's interesting watching
You
it
didn't
back.
feel that moment was harsh, even though for us,
because he
as a
was saying,
viewer-
because we were both kind of bantering back and forth about things, so it was pretty equal ground what we were saying.
Knowing Clint, that was harsh. Like,
really?
that was
Yeah, he said-
harsh on his ego to actually hear those words. And for Clint to be silent like that, because Clint's a man of many words.
Yeah.
He has this thing about his hair. Clint loves his hair.
So you attacked his
Yeah, his
best
male
feature
ego.
in his
Yeah.
mind.
And you have to think too, it's like I even told him he has a good head of hair and I love his beard and all of these things. So it's easy to look at like the negatives, right, when you're talking, but there were a lot of positives that we were pointing out.
Okay, so Sarah, as someone who has seen many, many, many seasons and
Many
episodes
seasons.
of Married at
All
First Sight,
16.
so what do you think of the couples, sharing that they're not attracted to their spouses at this point?
I do not like it as a fan. I want you all to lie.
That's how you really feel, Sarah.
I want you to start lying moving forward. Yes, because I feel like you guys sometimes talk yourself out of these marriages, like before they even begin.
Before they have a chance.
I get it. It's such a condensed amount of time, and you're right. Like in real life, we would breathe a little bit. You date somebody, go on a date for a week or two. But I want you all to start lying to each other, and then see what happens. Like give yourself a couple weeks, especially being in romantic Jamaica. Like I just want to see you guys like be like, all right, screw it. I'm gonna just think about every good thing about this person.
Yeah. So I would ask, in retrospect, what is your opinion of this conversation?
I mean, I definitely, I would never want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
Like, I have regrets about that for sure. I think it's just, being mindful of your word choices for sure. Wish we could have internalized it a little more. And by the end of it, I mean, maybe the ginger will be the hottest thing I see about him, and Shaq's bald head will be the hottest thing that Kirsten notices, you know?
And the thing is, again, these are strangers, so it's really trial and error. So it's about learning from the experiences that you're having and then applying them moving forward. So it's not about beating yourself up about it. It is what it is. Clint's a big boy.
And he's always like, I live on Front Street. I want to be honest. So I think I kind of just like went with that.
But a lot of people, a lot of people who dish it can't take it.
He's living on Front Street. I'm going to say what I think, and then.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Words definitely hurt though. So it's like,
for sure.
I know, and you guys, you know, Keisha knows this being married, but the longer you're married, you know, you have a lot of goodwill with your spouse, you know, so it's like, of course, they're not always going to say, you know, everything right, you know, but of course you have that built-in trust. But with you guys, you know, you don't have that yet. You don't know this person. You don't have any trust. So the words matter a lot more.
And I think everybody's looking for like, is that the red flag? Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that it? Or did you do it now? Like everyone's kind of like waiting for the other shoe to drop, and your energy flows where your attention goes. I say this often. So if you're looking for the best in someone, you're going to find the best in them. But if you're looking for all of the faults and things that you dislike in them, that's what's going to be amplified. So, all right, it's time for another break, but don't go anywhere because we'll be dishing about the other spouse's honeymoons when we return. We'll be right back.
When I was but a child eating Heinz on spaghetti, I hoped and wished that I could be grown up already. Adulting sucks. You have to eat healthy all the time. But fortunately, your ketchup can be no sugar added Heinz.
For bathroom odors that linger, try Febreze Small Spaces. Just press firmly and it continuously fights odors in the air and on soft surfaces for 45 days.
Now, experience a non-invasive filler developed with dermatologists. New Rock Derm Correction Serum with our patented retinol formula. 97% had lines filled instantly and deep wrinkles reduced in 4 weeks. It's clinically proven.
Life Cuisine is extra. Extra tasty, extra good. Like the Life Cuisine cauliflower crust pepperoni pizza with 18 grams of protein and 4 grams of fiber. It's extra delicious. So go on, be extra. Life Cuisine.
Today, my friend, you did it! You did it! You Good news! A new clinical study showed that Centrum Silver supports cognitive health in older adults. It's one more step towards taking charge of your health. So every day, you can say, Centrum Silver.
At Domino's, next time you order 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each, you could be in for a shock. Because Domino's is now delivering pizza with new electric vehicles across the country. With hundreds of EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come. It's good for pizza delivery and better for the planet. You're good. I'm great.
With thyroid eye disease, I hid from the camera, and I wanted to hide from the world. For years, I thought my TED was beyond help. But then, I asked my doctor about Tepezza.
Tepezza is the only medicine that treats TED at the source, not just the symptoms. In a clinical study, more than 8 out of 10 patients taking Tepezza had less eye bulging. Tepezza is an infusion. Patients taking Tepezza may have infusion reactions. Tell your doctor right away if you experience high blood pressure, fast heartbeat, shortness of breath, or muscle pain. Before getting Tepezza, tell your doctor if you have diabetes, IBD, or are pregnant or planning to become pregnant. Tepezza may raise blood sugar even if you don't have diabetes, and may worsen IBD such as Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis.
Now, I'm ready to be seen again.
Visit mytepezza.com to find a TED eye specialist and to see Bridget's before and after photos.
Your heart doesn't need food. Your heart, it needs God.
Gwen Chamberlain, Starving for Salvation. Premieres Saturday at 8. Only on Lifetime.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Married at First Sight Honeymoons with Gina, Shaquille, and special guest Sarah Fraser. And I've been getting some serious tea about these honeymoons. So let's switch things up and let's take a look at Chris and Nicole's honeymoon.
This brings me back to a time I call Old Nicole.
What's Old Nicole?
Old Nicole was, I was out at bars all the time and, you know, just drinking and really living it up. And once I hit like 28, and that's when I started my whole like personal growth journey. Moving to Nashville was part of that. And ever since I moved, I call her New Nicole.
Okay, I think what Nicole is talking about is everyone's experience of your college self and your adult self.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what did your pre-adult self, we'll call it, used to be like?
Who, mine?
Yeah, yours.
Oh, she was wild.
She was wild.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was a bartender for like 13 years.
Really?
Too, so
Oh, you did say that.
I was in the thick of it. Yeah. So, and I went to University of Alabama. That was like a big party school. So I lived it up. I became like an 85-year-old lady by 27.
You've seen it all.
Yeah,
You've seen it all. You were a bartender in Alabama.
Right.
And downtown Nashville too for 7 years. So I was like,
How about you, Shaquille? You're a little quiet over there, trying to stay under the radar.
I think I was very conservative. Like I always wanted to focus on my education and like just. I really did.
You focus on your education.
I really did.
But you had some fun too.
I had fun, but my fun you would never know my fun.
Yeah, you had fun at the house.
I was always protecting myself because I want to be like the president one day, and I was like the image of who a president should be and what they look like and higher education and everything. But now I'm like, I just want to live. Like
I know I'm not going to be president because I was featured on a website called Hot Chicks with Hot Dogs in Their Mouths. For years.
Do tell.
It was chicks with hot dogs in their mouths, and I was eating a hot dog out of my girlfriend's cleavage, and it was like the #1
Was
rank.
the bun on the hot dog too, or was it just the hot dog?
Did you put ketchup on it?
Was there?
No, it was just a slimy dog.
I'm so speechless right now. OMG.
Sarah and I are like just not thinking to the next day.
So we also see in this episode, Nicole, she was a little pint-sized dynamo. She was putting back them shots of rum. Who do you think is hitting it the hardest right now? Who's partying the most on the honeymoon?
Who do we think? I know Mac and Dom were out dancing, I think, or they went out one night.
Yeah, I was going to say them.
as a couple, Nicole and Chris
Yeah, they're probably
Nicole
having
and
the most fun.
were, are very adventurous, so they were always
Because Clint and I were going to bed
not
early.
in their room. Yeah, y'all went to bed
We
early.
were in bed at like 9 o'clock every day.
They were going out because we went out dancing. They went out to the ocean. They were always in the mix of everything going on. Crazy.
Okay. Well, I know I personally cannot wait to see where this all goes, and I hope you guys continue to loosen up. All right, well, that covers tonight's episode, but the honeymoons continue next week on a brand new episode of Married at First Sight. Here's a sneak peek.
Next time on Married at First Sight.
Thank you for understanding me.
Like, our biggest struggle has been physical chemistry.
Yeah, but I mean, the girls that I have dated are very athletic, slender. That's just the mold that I'm attracted to.
I don't know if I'm doing right or if I'm doing wrong. It's like, damn.
Well, if you feel like you've said nothing wrong, I think it's best for us to just spend some time apart. I'm done. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
It should be done.
Like, disappearing into my chair. I want to be the wall. Ooh.
I'm ready to watch them.
I am actually, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. Well, guess what? So are we. Well, Gina, Shaquille, Sarah, thank you so much for joining me at the after party tonight. I hope to see you all again very soon. I'm Keisha Pulliam, and to everyone at home, this has been the Married at First Sight after party. We'll see you next time.